This is Shannon, your Natural BioEnergetics professional from Saskatchewan here. I am ready to get going on our first session. The title of it is Getting Out of the Rut. And we're going to start off right away here. I'm going to explain each and every correction. I first of all want to welcome you from joining in, and I hope you get out of this as much as the first group that I ran this session with did. So this is actually a session I did back in January of 2018, and I am redoing it redoing it. There might be a few changes in it from what we did, but it's basically a similar session, and I hope you guys get out of it as much as the first group did. Thank you. Have an enjoyable time. Okay, so we are going to start with our first correction, and it's called a word string. And I'm just going to double check that everything is the same here, real quick here. Okay, so we have two sets of word strings here. And what I want you to do is actually and we're going to do these words individually. And when we do these words individually, I want you to think about what those words mean to you and kind of feel and generate them in your mind, in your heart, and just kind of feel what that means for you. These are very powerful corrections, and it might take a little while to get through them all. So the first set of strings, the first set in these word strings, the first word is success. Now I want you guys to take the word success and think about what that means to you. Success. Think about what success means to you personally. It can be in business, it can be in personal, it can be in any area that you want to have success. What is success? What does the word success mean to you? success. Success. Is this robust and complete? Is there any further benefit of holding this longer? Our next word is ego. Ego. I want you to think what ego means to you. Ego, that could be like your own personal ego. When we say that person has a really high ego, we all have an ego. Sometimes for some of us, it's higher than others. So what does ego mean to you? Ego. 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 Is this robust and complete? Any further benefit to holding it longer? Intimate. Your next word is intimate. What does that mean to you? Intimate. Intimate. Okay, success, ego, and intimate, robust and complete. Any further benefits to holding this longer? Okay. So our next word string is going to start out with the word empower. So what does empower mean to you? Empower. Empower. Power. Power. Is that robust and complete? Any further benefit to holding this longer? Okay, the next word is myself. What does myself mean to you? Think of any aspect. I mean, there could be different aspects of yourself that you need to think about. Think about where your mind goes with it. What does myself mean to you? Myself. And maybe think about it in the terms of empowerment too. So, myself. 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 Okay, so that completes that correction there. And next correction we're going to do is a palm. It's basically a structure that we do. We can make up all sorts of things within it that go together. And we have 3 parameters in this one. Using not. Okay. And out of the 3 parameters, we're going to have a thought. This time the thought, you just have to repeat it in your mind. So I'm going to give you the thought. And let's just say thought was the word. And I just say thought, thought, thought. Only I'll give you a word to repeat. And then we're going to get you, in this correction, we're going to also have, we're going to also do something with one of our fingers. And we are going to use a magnet in this. And I'll set up the magnet here, and that the video should give enough of the energy from the magnet in the location that it's in that you should all get that. So I want you to think, just a sec, is there anything else I need to add into that? No. Okay, so where is the right middle finger going? Okay, so like it's still on the tip, so. Okay, and magnet, where is it going? Okay, so I want you to think the thought, or chance one sec here. Okay, so I want you to think the thought, good, and just everyone wants to think the word good, and just think good, good, good. Now you can do it silently or out loud according to how you feel good about it, but I want you to think that word repetitively. Good, good, good. And you don't have to put much thought elsewhere in it, just repeat it in your mind. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. Okay, so just so you guys know, I'm going to just stand up and kind of show you in front of the camera. I was actually doing some of the other stuff for you guys in here and sending the information through the video for you. And all I was having you guys do was the good. Repeat the good, the word good, good, good. So we all partook into that correction, but I sent the information out through myself, using myself as a surrogate for it. Okay, so that correction is now complete. Way to go, guys. You're doing a great job already. So, one sec here. And what did we call that? Just going to see if I can find a definition here. No. Okay. The next correction is called process of memorizing. I was just trying to see how we were going to do it because there's different ways of doing this here. So give me a sec here. Okay, so what I want you guys to think about in this next correction, it's a psychological process of memorizing. And I want you to memorize, what would you do to be motivated for motivated detachment? Well, detachment itself would be, let's give you a proper definition on that. Let's see what Google's telling us. I need to punch in definition. Google's my friend sometimes. So it's kind of, which one are we doing? It's kind of the state of being objective or aloof. He felt a sense of detachment from what was going on. Detaching from a situation, detaching from things that you probably are holding you back, I'm guessing. That's probably why we're doing this one. So I want this under the process of memorizing, I want you to think about this motivated detachment. Think about that. Is that how we're going to do it? Yeah, we're just going to do it this time by memorizing the process in which we used to be motivated to detach from some of these things that are not maybe giving us, how should I say, not giving us a benefit. So in other words, items that are probably holding us back. So we're going to focus on detachment from them and memorizing that process of what would work for you for detaching it. This isn't normally how we always do this correction, but that is kind of the words that came up for this correction at the earlier date. Is this exactly how we're doing this? Yes. So I want you to think about how you're going to be motivated to be detached from these items, and what the process of us memorizing those. So this might take a little while for everyone, not to worry. I'll try to remind you what you're doing throughout the correction. So I want you to go ahead right now. Process of memorizing, how to do motivated detachment from these items. Only you know what those items would be. motivated detachment, the process of memorizing how you would do motivated detachment from some of these items that are not giving you good motivation or good success. Motivated detachment, process of memorizing how to do motivated detachment of some items that are not causing you good success, or in whatever the area it is. Motivated detachment. What would make you motivated to detach from them and memorize that process? Process of memorizing for motivated detachment of some of the items that are preventing you from being successful or preventing you from even getting out of the rut. Better way of looking at it. Okay, I hope that felt good. Normally in my group sessions I'd ask, how does everyone feel about this? And a lot of times we'd share in what came up in our thoughts when we did some of these processes. It's really quite interesting. Unfortunately, we can't do that in this kind of a group session. There might be a few that I will get together with a few group of the old group session, and we might get them to share a little bit what's happening with them, but that might be further down the road. Okay, the next correction we're going to do, and this one can be a lengthy correction, and I mean really lengthy. It depends on the people. We're probably going to give it lots of time to complete. So this actually has become an all-time favorite in the group sessions, and it actually is a very deep correction. It's called the critical life concept. And I'm going to give you a statement in it, and I want you to think about how it applies to you. Now be careful, it is going to be wordy, and I'm going to recommend you guys write it down to help you get through it. A lot of the people in the group session I had on the group sessions that I did, even the private sessions when they come up, I get them to write it down because it helps them think through the process. So with this one, I'm going to get you to think it through. Now, first of all, the critical life concept we're going to deal with, or the category, is called block to life, or blocks to life. And no, blocks to life is not the thing you're going to think. I'm going to give you the item you're going to think right away here. And so I want you to get a pen and paper, and I want you to put in quotations and give yourself enough room to write some words before this, okay? So in quotations, I want you to put apathy for responsibility, okay? These are the key words in this critical life concept under blocks to life. Apathy for responsibility. Apathy as an A-P-A-T-H-Y, for responsibility. Put quotations around that. Now before that, I want you to write, how is it that? Before the apathy for responsibility, write, how is it that? And then after apathy for responsibility, put blocks my life. So the whole sentence is going to be, and it's going to get really wordy, it's going to seem really wordy here. How is it that apathy for responsibility blocks my life? That's the whole statement I want you to think about. And again, I'm recommending that you actually write this out. How is it that apathy for responsibility blocks my life? Now I want you to think about that. What does that mean to you? How is it that apathy for responsibility blocks my life? Let's look at what the word apathy means. Let's go to Google here. Apathy. Apathy is lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern. That's what apathy means. And I do this often, especially when people are trying to figure these out, because they have to get the right sense of what that word means. Apathy means lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern. That's our good old Google definition here. So, how is it that apathy for responsibility blocks my life? So I want you to think about what that means to you. And think about every aspect you can possibly think of. Not just a single aspect. Every aspect in which how apathy for responsibility blocks your life in this situation. Okay, one last time. How is it that apathy blocks responsibility blocks my life? So go to it, think about that. How is it that apathy for responsibility blocks my life? How is it that apathy for responsibility blocks my life? How is it that apathy for responsibility blocks my life? How is it that apathy for responsibility blocks my life? Okay, so this completes those corrections. I'm just going to see right now if there is anything else we need to do before we end this session, and then we will sign off. So, anything else we need to do to add on to the session before we end it? Is there anything we need to do? For okay. Okay, so that completes the session. Everything is done. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually muscle testing for muscle monitoring the situation right now. And I use myself as a surrogate. So for those of you that are kind of wondering, sometimes naturopaths will use muscle monitoring where they have you put an arm out, a strong arm. Well, I'm using a finger. So any muscle can be used within your body as long as it's fine-tuned to do what it needs to do. So if you have any questions about the session, feel free to email me. The email shall be listed on the website. And if you have any questions about how you may feel after, feel free to ask me. If you have any questions about anything we did within the session, I am more than happy to answer any of your questions. I'll do the best I can. I thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed the session, and hopefully we'll have a few more out for you soon. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Individual session work can be useful in areas where you need a more well-defined topic that is more suitable for your needs or your circumstances, or they may be more useful for other topics that are not easily done with group